Baby James is 20.
Why you up? It's too early. Go to bed. You feed it to me? Happy birthday, James. I pray that God gives you many more years to come. I hope you enjoy your birthday and stay blessed.
My name is James. My favorite food is rice. All Liberian kids can spell rice at the age of 1 year old because that's all they eat. You gotta learn how to spell rice. Rice and soup. R-I-C-E-S-O-U-P. My name is James Earl Cowan. I was born in Monrovia, Liberia. I grew up in the Liberian Civil War. When I was 1, I was a pretty chubby baby, all over the place. When I was 2, I don't remember much, but it was still Liberian Civil War. Most Americans have no idea of Liberia or any basic history of what Liberia is about. So between 1990 and like 2003, there were 3 major wars in Liberia. When I was 3, my family moved to Ivory Coast. That was the first time we left the country as refugees. Like I knew what was going on. I knew that people were being killed and like people were being attacked. Kids were being made child soldiers against their will. The government was terrible. The international community didn't like child soldiers. Yeah, I knew those facts. Everyone was just concerned about survival. In 97, I went to Ghana, also as a refugee. I still remember that. When I was 4, that was 1998. We're back in Liberia, started going to school. Wasn't the brightest of birds. My mom always used to beat me up for not knowing how to say the alphabet or like to go to the multiplication table. I remember that. She'd tell me, like, you were so dumb when you were a baby. But yeah, things got better. When I was 5, I went to a school called Edward Wilmot Blyden Presbyterian High School. When I was 6, I transferred to the Brevard Washington Harris Episcopal High School where I remained until I was 14. When I was 6, I was in 1st grade. 7, 2nd grade, but then halfway through the school year I was put to 3rd grade. Apparently they said I was too smart for 2nd grade. Maybe not. My mom always told me that cause like during the war, like people moved around so quick, like almost every other time because of like attacks. So like people didn't take around pictures. They took around food, like for survival, not pictures. So like so they won't have any like baby picture of me. It's just about like 7, 8, like they have pictures of me, but anything before that, I don't think they have any record to prove that I was a chubby, nice, handsome baby. So 3rd grade, like on random day, like they would have to close school because there was some attack somewhere, there was some bomb that exploded somewhere else. So people went to school, but it wasn't actual schooling because like you were worried that a bomb might fall in your school compound tomorrow. So it was just like national emergency. I remember 9 years old, like walking 10 miles to go home because like no one could like leave where they were. Like your parents couldn't come get you. You have to figure out how to get home yourself. On the year ended, I went to 4th grade. So I was 8 years old when I was in 4th grade. Then my father died when I was in 4th grade. Towards the end of the school year, I skipped 5th grade. I just went straight to 6th grade. So I was 9 years old and I was in 6th grade. Then halfway through 6th grade, I was put in 7th grade. Stayed only 4 weeks in 7th grade, and I was put in 9th grade. So I was 10 years old when I was in 9th grade. And that's where I stopped going to church. I was so bored because we sang the same song every Sunday. My hands are blessed in the presence of the Lord. I was like, dude, I'm in 9th grade. But when I was 11, I was in 10th grade. When I was 12, I was in 11th grade. That was the worst academic year. I finished 3rd in my class. Like my mom was not very pleased, but gotta take some hits sometime and buck it up. I had a girlfriend. Now I see why. I understand. I understand why I wasn't doing very well. I had a girlfriend. Yeah, I think. Oh God. When I left Liberia in 2008 for the African Leadership Academy, it was the first time I left Liberia for reasons unrelated to war. I was going to become part of the people that are going to change Africa. So it's quite fun. The Liberian War ended when I was like 10. So between when I was 10 and when I was 14, they had a transitional government. They were like building roads and like building lights and other things. But it was still pretty like war situation. That's why people were not fighting, but like there was still lots of hardship everywhere. So going to ALA it was huge. When I was 14, 15, I was like, yeah, I had some vision like how I was gonna make Liberia. When I was 15, that's where my first idea of like, oh, Liberia, let's go become president. Reform is one of my favorite words. I always love to use it. Drastic reform of the Liberian government. Drastic reform of the international system. When I was 16, started to have emotional feelings for people. I went back to Liberia and stayed there for a year. Got into CC. Came to CC, I was 17. When I turned 18, it was like, finally I'm 18. You guys can stop talking trash. Oh, you used to be such a baby. You were so cute back in the days. Now look at you all tall and grown up with beard. When I was 19, good times, good times. It was my first election in America. Volunteered for Mitt Romney, had my t-shirt. Was pretty passionate. We're gonna win the election, but didn't work out. Hopefully 2016 we can bounce back. Even if I had the chance to become president of America, I would turn it down because I wanted to have the Liberian citizenship. It means a lot to me.